And so it began with the daring prison escape, an audacious leap into the unknown. And seeking to get away from the guards now looking for him, Thorn joined the ranks of the Dawnguard, where he discovered, so he thought, his purpose: to battle the encroaching darkness that threatened to engulf all of Skyrim. However, amidst the chaos, the gods entwined him with Serana, a charismatic and alluring figure, a vampire with a noble cause to save humanity and halt her own father's malevolent ambitions. As they ventured together, their paths diverged, and yet their hearts found solace in the unlikeliest of connections. I was gone. I should be dead. But she saved my life. Their relationship blossomed amidst the chaos of their journey, tested by conflicting loyalties and the weight of their respective pasts. Months morphed into an epic odyssey, guided by unwavering resolve and an insatiable thirst for justice. The quest for Auriel's bow, a fabled artifact concealed within the annals of history, became the catalyst for a journey fraught with danger, discovery, and self-discovery. And now, their journey reaches its zenith, a climatic clash of opposing forces. Castle Volkihar looms as the ominous backdrop, battle for the final reckoning. Thorn and Serana, united as one, confront her father and the vampiric horde that threatens to plunge Skyrim into eternal night. In this momentous showdown, the lines between light and shadow blur. As love and loyalty converge, Thorn's unwavering commitment and Serana's undying devotion intertwine, propelling them towards an inevitable confrontation. Together, they must vanquish the Patriarch of Darkness and his bloodthirsty kin. So bear witness, dear adventurers, to Thorn's transformation from escaped fugitive turned vampire hunter to a legendary hero, guided by an unconventional love that transcends boundaries and ignites the flames of hope in a world gripped by darkness.
It's time to face my father. If we don't, he'll keep chasing us for the rest of our lives.
She was right, of course, and Thorn met her gaze, resolute. You're right, he would say. It's time to face your father together. United against the storm, they embraced their fate.
You have Auriel's bow. I've heard it described in tales, but I could never have imagined its beauty.
As much as it pained him, he needed Isran's help.
Indeed. The day hasn't been won while Harkon still walks Tamriel. But what of Serana? Can she be trusted to lift a blade against her own kind?
He was blunt, cold even. I trust her more than you would say.
I suppose that's as much as I can hope for. Let me address the Dawnguard and then we'll be off. The men deserve to know that we finally gained the upper hand.
Everyone, gather round. Come on then, we haven't got all day.
The irony, of course, was that they only had the upper hand because of Serana.
For too long, we've allowed these vampires to poison the night and kill our people. Now, we finally have the means to strike back. We now have Auriel's bow. The gods themselves have favored us, and we must answer with action. The time has come to finally put an end to Harkon and his unholy prophecy. We will march on their lair and destroy those wretched abominations so they can no longer corrupt our world. This is our fight, and this is our fate. This is the time of the Dawnguard! Kill the abominations! This is it!
Hold between the eyes for me! Set the bow after that.
Blind hate was a cancer. Everything must be judged on its own merit. The Dawnguard and Harkon had failed to see this.
rest well.
Only Serana had understood
We meet
this.
outside Castle
Even though
Volkihar.
I, too, had hated her at first, she taught me this lesson anyways. Are you ready to face your father, Serana?
I don't think you can ever be ready to kill your parent. I'm doing my best to not think of him as my father anymore. We didn't all get to have parents like yours. Sometimes this is just how it is.
The fighting had already started when we arrived, and a great darkness enshrouded the battle. Only silhouettes of men and beasts could be seen against the sky. What manner of witchery was this?
Enjoy killing you. Prepare to die.
By the time me and Serana got to the main hall, the Dawnguard had already made short work of the vampires within. So we went room to room, cleaning up any stragglers that may be around. Still, no sign of Harkon.
Going to enjoy killing you.
Serana, my darling. I see you still favor keeping a pet.
You know why we're here.
Of course I do. You disappoint me, Serana. You've taken everything I provided for you and thrown it all away for this pathetic being.
Provided for me? Are you insane? You've destroyed our family. You've killed other vampires all over some prophecy that we barely understand. No more. I'm done with you. You will not touch him.
So, I see this dragon has fangs. Your voice drips with the venom of your mother's influence. How alike you've become.
No, because unlike her, I'm not afraid of you. Not anymore.
And you. It appears I have you to thank for turning my daughter against me. I knew it was only a matter of time before she'd return with hatred in her heart.
Born only of your neglect. Some
A
father.
small price to pay for the betterment of our kind. Yes, yes. Always the noble vampire hunter. And what happens when you've slain me? Is Valerica next? Is Serana?
Serana is too important to me. No harm will befall her.
Then my daughter is truly lost. She died the moment she accepted a mortal into her life.
Enough talk!
Yes, quite. I'm growing weary of speaking to you and my traitorous daughter. I'll give you a single chance to turn over the bow to me. There will not be a second.
If you want it, come and take it.
Very well, then. You leave me no choice.
Harkon, once formidable, now lay before Thorn and Serana as nothing more than a pile of ash, defeated by a mere breeze. The darkness that had plagued their lives was extinguished, vanquished by the power of their unity. Victory at long last was theirs to claim.
Well, now that's done. I'm not sure. I'll probably stay with the Dawnguard for as long as they'll let me. They're respectable fighters, and I think they see the benefits of having a vampire on their side now. Of course, if you've got any more adventures planned.
Thorn looked at Serana and mustered his courage and spoke from the depths. Serana, I want you to stay with me, he whispered, his voice filled with sincerity and longing. Together, we can face any challenge that comes our way. Let us forge a future together, side by side.
That's what I wanted to hear.
It's over. He's dead. And the prophecy dies with him.
I suppose this is difficult for you.
I think my father really died a long time ago. This was just the end of something else. I did what needed to be done. Nothing more.
I think you did more than that. You have my thanks.
As the dust settled and the weight of the moment hung heavy in the air, Isram's stoic demeanor softened, a glimmer of understanding in his eyes. In that brief exchange, he seemed to concede to the sacrifice and anguish Serana had endured in order to save humanity, including the unimaginable act of killing her own father. It was an acceptance tinged with a bitter realization. Serana had given up so much, her family, her home, and a part of herself in the name of a greater cause. And as Thorn observed the toll this journey had taken on Serana, he couldn't help but wonder to himself, was the cost too high? Did the ends truly justify the means? These questions lingered, haunting their thoughts as they navigated the complex aftermath of their choices. The weight of sacrifice and the complexities of their decisions would continue to shape their path. Their hearts grappled with the aftermath of the battles fought and the sacrifices made. Only time would reveal if the price paid was truly worth the salvation they sought to bring upon the world.
No. Why?
Perhaps Phalion could help Serana too. She could be mortal.
Even before that, we weren't the most normal family. We did worship a Daedra, remember? I'll speak to Phalion. I've heard he knows about these things. I'm going to go away for a while. I'll meet you back home when I'm done.
I want to come with you.
I know you do, but this is something I need to do alone. I'll see you again, soon.
Thorn would endure months of agonizing silence with no word from Serana. The absence of their connection left him questioning if she had chosen a different path. Honestly, a choice he could not blame her for. Doubt clouded his mind as he wondered if their bond had faded. Yet, he held on to hope that their paths would cross again, perhaps someday. And in the midst of uncertainty, Thorn could only cherish the memories they had shared together, and he carried on without her. The weight of their past experiences lingered, and it fueled his determination. Perhaps fate would intertwine their destinies again one day. But for now, he remained steadfast and awaited the day their paths would converge once more. And when the vibrant hues of autumn painted the world, Thorn received a message summoning him back to Dawnguard Castle. And with a mixture of anticipation and uncertainty, he returned, unaware of what awaited him. But to his delight and relief, there stood Serana, finally home after her long absence. The sight of her brought warmth to his heart, like the sun breaking through the clouds after a storm.
There you are. I'm back. Here I am, human as ever. It's like the world is alive again, just like me.
Weary of the endless battles between vampire hunters and power-hungry vampires, Thorn decided that enough was enough. Using the wealth that he had accumulated from countless adventures, he purchased a serene, secluded homestead far from the tumultuous world. And in this idyllic sanctuary, he and Serana could finally find solace and live out their days in undisturbed tranquility. No longer burdened by the conflicts that had plagued their journey, they could cherish the simple joys of a peaceful life. Together, it was a well-deserved rest, far from the clamor and chaos of the outside world.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only.